opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp game. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The Italian game starts with bishop c4, which attacks the f7 pawn and prepares to castle quickly. Bishop c5 attacks the f2 pawn and helps control the important d4 square. d3 allows the dark-squared bishop to develop and protects the bishop on c4 and the pawn on e4. A solid choice. A very strong play, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This forces the opponent to double pawn. Takes back. This prepares the bishop for development. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This prevents the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. Both kings are castled and ready for the middle game. White develops further. Right on target. This defends the attacked pawn. This is a fair move. This is not the right idea. This is the strongest option. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is an equal trade. A good use of time, thinking and finding the only good move in the position. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Now black can't stop white from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. This threatens to force isolated doubled pawns. This is the way to win a pawn. This moves the bishop to safety. That pawn was free for the taking. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This overlooks an opportunity to create a pawn chain. Black's piece has moved to a square with greater activity and control. Very precise. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is an equal trade. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Recaptures. This defends the attacked pawn. The rooks are coordinated and powerfully doubled on the file. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. That's fine. The bishop is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This threatens to win material because the pawn is pinned. This stops the opponent from being able to win material because the pawn is pinned. Black's bishop has moved to a square with greater activity and control. Right on target. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Takes back. This is the start of the endgame. White is equal. One of the best moves. The piece finds a new active square. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This is the strongest option. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. The pawn is now adequately defended. That was a free pawn. A solid choice. This blocks white's pawn. The rook is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This move puts the rook on a safer square. Very precise. A very strong play. This is an equal trade. Recaptures. Right on target. This makes a passed pawn, putting the piece on a blockade square. One of the best moves. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This move puts the rook on a safer square. A solid choice. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is an equal trade. This is the strongest option. A very strong play. Very precise. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. One of the best moves. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This steps away from the checking rook. A solid choice. This puts the rook behind the other player's passed pawn. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. Right on target. This steps away from the checking rook. This is the strongest option. This defends the attacked pawn. Very precise. A very strong play. The game was close to balance, but now black has a winning position. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. This steps away from the checking pawn. This move puts the pawn on a safer square. One of the best moves. This evades the check from the rook. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This moves the rook to safety. This steps away from the checking rook. A solid choice. This evades the check from the rook. This moves the rook to safety. Right on target. This is the strongest option. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. A very strong play. This evades the check from the rook. This is a fair move. That's fine. This evades the check from the rook. Very precise. This evades the check from the rook. This defends the attacked pawn. One of the best moves. This steps away from the checking rook. This move puts the rook on a safer square, pushing a passed pawn. A solid choice. This evades the check from the rook. Right on target. This evades the check from the rook. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. A very strong play. This steps away from the checking rook. One of the best moves. This evades the check from the rook. This is the strongest option. This evades the check from the rook.